Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the concluding part of my culture shocks. If you've not watched the first episode, you might want to go watch it because I'm very sure you don't want to miss it. So today I'm going to be starting with PDA. Hey, Americans like PDA, they love PDA. If you don't know what PDA means, PDA is public display of affection. And I'm never talking about PDA among youths or maybe people kissing around. I'm even talking about PDA among adults, grandmothers and grandfathers. Like in church, whenever they are maybe praying or something, you see couples, even old people, grandmother and grandfather, grandma and grandpa, holding each other around their waist and just like patting each other and everything. And maybe after each service they hug each other, they peck each other and everything. And even during sermon they start touching each other, patting each other's back and everything. Like they love public display of affection so much, and it's so cute. Like I love it so much, especially when it's adults. Like you see people that are really old, going home and touching each other around the waist. They can just randomly just peck one another, kiss one another and everything, and it's just so cute. Like Americans love PDA so much, love public display of affection so much, and I find it really, really cute. Another culture shock I'm going to be talking about is the fact that they have traffic lights for pedestrians, because in my country you only have the normal red, yellow, green for cars, but there's traffic lights for pedestrians. If you want to cross the road, once it turns white you cross, when it's red you can't cross, and it just makes everywhere organized. Because I've never heard of car hitting somebody before, because you know when to cross, and there's a way it's arranged such that once it's white for pedestrians, it's definitely red for those cars passing, so no car passes at that point, and just makes everywhere organized. And that will lead to my next culture shock, the fact that they hardly honk. Like since I've been here, I think I've only heard a car honk just once. Like nobody goes around doing pee up and down. There was time I was going to church with a friend of mine, and then we missed the road. We were not sure of the road, and then we decided to ask a man. The man was outside his house, but the man was far away from the road. So I told my friend that okay, she should honk so that the man can come or something. And then she was like, no, it's rude that you don't honk at people. That is very rude. So we had to get down to meet the man. I'm like, oh, interesting, because in Nigeria people do people like they make it sound like music, bim, 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 bim. And I also remember there was a time like that when I went for a dinner, Thanksgiving dinner with a family like that, and this woman, because she was telling us that she's traveling to Nigeria soon for a friend's wedding or something like that, but she's not in Nigeria, and like she's here, and she was gisting us about the time that she traveled to India. And then she was like, let me say it in her voice, she was like, oh my god, I almost thought I was going to die, because God, India was just so rough. I just couldn't deal with it. I'm not sure Lagos can be helped to that, because we're just not that Lagos is rough. She was like, no, I'm not sure Lagos can be helped to that. We're like, okay, gist us, what did you see? She was like, you don't understand, a car was passing like this, another car was passing like this, and then a tricycle came in between two cars. How did you do that? And I was like, come to Nigeria and see like rough driving, like everybody overtaking each other and everything. Like those is a normal thing. And then she was like, no, you don't get it. In fact, every second I hear beep, they just kept using the horn and everything. I get really scared. I look back, because each time I hear people horn, I feel they're trying to call me, or maybe there's something wrong with my car, or my tire has deflated. So I just look back. I just got scared, and I kept thinking that, oh my god, I'm going to die, I'm not sure I'm going to live. And I was just looking at her like this, what's this one? She was saying she thought that she was going to die and everything. I'm like, it's normal. Like they honk anyhow too in Nigeria. And she said she was tense, like each time somebody honk, she get really tense and scared that maybe something has happened to her car, or maybe the person is trying to honk at her or something. And then she realized that they're just honking, and I'm like, that's the way it is in Nigeria too. So I realized that people don't honk anyhow, everywhere is just so organized and all of that. Another culture shock is the fact that when you go to the mall to buy something, you check out yourself. Like nobody check out for you. And it's funny, like when you buy something and you're done, you go to the checkout point to save, you scan in everything you buy, and then you pay for it, and then you go. Nobody's going to check if you scan properly or something. Even if you choose not to scan properly, if you choose to leave some things out, nobody's going to know. You can choose to maybe you can buy 5 things and scan 2 things, and then just leave. Nobody's going to know. But I don't think people really do that. I mean, I think things are based on trust. They trust each other and everything. So yeah, when you buy something, you just go, you check out at the counter yourself. Like there's nobody there to, even when you leave, there's nobody there to check the receipt and check what you're ordering to be sure that, oh, you checked out everything you bought. But in Nigeria, it's not even possible, because they will check out for you. Like when you are done picking whatever you want to buy, they will check out for you. After checking out for you, when you get to the entrance again, the security is still going to ask for your receipt, your receipt, to check your receipt and be sure that, okay, you paid for the things you bought. But yeah, I realized that you check out yourself. Also, their mode of teaching, yeah, it also came to me as a culture shock, in the sense that they are just so, like, life is easy. They do not take life like do or die affair. For example, like during seminar presentations, you see people that are presenting, students that are presenting, they just dress anyhow. Some just wear just normal round neck tee with anyhow trouser and palm or something. Like, I'm like, what happened to you wearing suit and tie? Because in Nigeria, if you want to do presentation, you're supposed to dress very formal, wear suit, do tie, wear shoe and everything, because they grade you on your dressing. But I realize that, yeah, you dress anyhow, nobody cares. They care about what you have to say. And not even just that. Let me say you are done with your presentation, and lecturers, of course, there's question time. So let me say now start asking you questions. If you don't know it, you can just say, oh, I don't know it. Like, it's not a big deal. And I've been to several presentations like that they can ask you question about what you're presenting, and you'll be like, oh, and you see those students, they'll be like, oh, that's a nice question, that's a really nice question, I've not really thought of that, but that's a really nice question, I'm going to look into it, that's nice. And I'm like, just say you don't know the answer of the question they're asking, which one is that's a nice question, you look into it. And you see the lecturer be like, oh yeah, good, great, and that's all. Like, they can ask you a question and you just be like, I love that question. To be honest, I don't have an answer to it, but I really love that question. I think I'm going to look into it. That's a very great question. Imagine your lecturer asking you a question and saying that's a very good question, and then you didn't answer. In Nigeria, the way they will attack you, because even when you answer, they'll keep using questions to ask more questions, to ask more questions, as though they're after you not being able to answer or something. But yeah, like, even if you don't know it, like, they just like, oh. In fact, there was time that a guy was like, he was trying to answer and he was like, I'm not sure, I think I'm just saying nonsense, I think I'm blabbing, I think I'm saying nonsense. And the lecturer's like, no, you're not saying nonsense, you good. I'm like, wow, that's so nice. There was time in class like that, I wanted to go and ease myself, and I told the lecturer that I wanted to go and ease myself, and she was like, yeah, that I don't need to ask her, I don't need to ask for permission, that I should go. Like, she was like, why am I asking for permission and everything? And I was like, oh wow, that's interesting. Also, another culture shock I'm going to be talking about is the fact that, yeah, there's nothing like auntie this, brother this, uncle this or something. Adults that are up to my grandfather and my grandmother, they call them by name. Like, even to now, well, now I'm actually used to it, but like, at times I feel bad when I'm calling adults. In fact, I have like so many adults around me that I call them by name. Hey Teresa, hey this, hey that. Like, I call them by their name. Nobody calls anybody uncle this one, this. And you know, when I just got here, it was really weird, because like, there was one aunt. The aunt is like 60 something years old, and they were calling her, like, kids in high school, they're calling her by name. And I'm like, don't these people have respect? And I realized that even lecturers, faculty members, like, they don't care. When you start calling them, when you start using sir for them, hey, good morning sir, okay sir, they'll tell you no, that don't use it. Like, they will tell you not to use it for them. They won't find it like somehow, they find it somehow for you to start using stuff for them and everything. You see lecturers, they'll tell you, call me by my name. You hear, oh, hi Jonathan. Lecturer, hi Jonathan. Oh, good morning Laura, good morning this. Like, you call them by their names. In my country, hey, if they born you way, come on lecturer, hi Adeniji, hi Adeniro, you call them by their name. Hey, like, say you want graduate on timely. Like, nobody does that in Nigeria. But yeah, they call each other by name. And even my students, they call me by name. Everybody calls each other by name. I call my lecturers to by name and everything. And I don't know if I'll say I like it or not. I think I'm indifferent about it, but it's so good because nobody cares about your respect. Like, nobody, they don't see it as a form of respect, because yeah, they respect each other, but not through all this auntie, uncle and everything. Another thing I noticed there is that you give tips whenever you go to the store, to the mall to buy something. Culture demand that you give tips. Like, it's like normal thing. In fact, they will ask you by the time you are checking out in the POS, they'll ask you tips for whoever is at the counter. You had like $5, $10 or something. Although me, I don't used to give tip, I'll just pick none. but like I'm very sure I'm among the very few people that go give tips. Like, yeah, you give tip whenever you go to buy something or whatever. And lastly, for my culture shocks, is the fact that, yeah, they like quick grading, in the sense that, let me say this week is exam week. They always give them like a deadline. I mean, the lecturers now, they always give them a deadline to submit grades, and I think it's a week after the exam week. Like, let me say this week is exam week, then the dates they'll give them maybe next week Thursday, and that next week Thursday, everyone, like everybody must, like all the lecturers now, they must meet up to that date. By that date, you must have seen your results, all your results. By the time you check your portal, you must have seen your results, your transcript and everything. And you know, one of my friends was telling me that if they don't meet up, like if they don't meet up with that date, they can get penalized. And I'm like, wow, that's really interesting, because I was like, so you mean you don't have to wait till next year to see your result? Because where I come from, you write exam this semester, you have to wait. In fact, by the time you write exam this semester, the semester will end, see your results. Okay, like you go home for your break, you come back, you not see your results. That semester will end before you see your results. In fact, so for some departments, till 2 semesters after, before they will start seeing their result of 2 semesters ago. Why for most departments, till maybe when the next semester is already going to an end, before you now start seeing results of your previous semester. Not now talk of when you now get your transcript. That one is even another story for another day, because what I went through before I got my student copy of transcripts, but yeah, they're like a week after, you see, you can just download your transcript, you can just, like, you see your results and everything, you see your CGP and everything. I'm like, that's so nice and organized, like that's so nice. And it still reminded me of when I got my ID card. Like, I just went there to, like, when I resumed, I just went there, and then within 5 minutes they already produced the ID card for me. And I'm like, do you know I got my ID card when I was in my country, in my school? I got my student ID card in my year 2. I was already in year 2, and the ID card was carrying year 1 session, but we're already in year 2 when I got my student ID card. And I'm like, so you mean I don't have to wait for a whole year and then come back to get my ID card? You mean I'm going to get it instantly? That's just so nice and, you know, interesting. So guys, that's going to be all for my culture shocks. I hope you like my video. If you enjoy my video, give it a thumbs up, like my video. If you have any comments, you can drop that in the comment section. And if you are yet to subscribe, kindly subscribe to my channel. I remain Tessie B. See you guys later. Bye.